My name is Lesley Lorant, and I'm the owner of GPSF Antiques, which today stands for the Great Pretentious Silver Fox.
Ah, was that your idea?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
When did you come up with it?
Well, I had a partner before, and it used to be the Golden Princess and the Silver Fox, and then we had a breaking up, and so we changed it.
But you still had the Great Pretentious
Yes.
Silver Fox, which
Yeah.
right. Well, you don't seem pretentious to me.
No.
Lesley.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for bringing the chairs.
And this is the first group of things that I brought today, and these are what I would call neoclassical style chairs.
Okay.
I feel that they're from 1900 to 1940s.
Yep.
They're from a Chappaqua, New York estate. And what's different about these chairs is they have a medallion in the back that started out as jasperware and has been touched up ever since. Right. And they both have cherubs on it.
Yeah, I love those.
And that's unusual to see those on a chair.
Yeah, it is. And this has a sickle and in his hand, the little putti, right? And this putti has a wreath, a garland wreath. But they are nice, and somebody they were probably flaking, and somebody touched them up a bit. But they're very fine.
Yeah.
The wood and everything, the carving, right?
Yeah, typical jasperware, which is very precise.
Mm-hmm. And cherry wood, you think?
Yeah, I think it's cherry wood. Maybe another wood that was a little more fine, and then stained cherry.
Yeah, like a light wood inlay, right?
Yeah.
In the cherry wood.
Yes.
I mean, they have a lightness about them, a delicacy about them, which I love.
It's a shame they're not wider, because that would be great for today's population, but they're very decorative, and they make a statement in a house.
But they're actually usable too.
Yes,
I mean, may I say?
Sure.
Do you? I mean, actually,
they're
give us something.
comfortable.
They'd be nice for at a table.
Yes.
For two, you know, keep you upright, right? And they're quite nice, really nice. The quality's fine, and I love the vertical inlay in the legs, and they taper. Really, really nice. I'm guessing, if I had to make a guess, I bet you they're closer to 1910 than 1940.
That's probably true.
Right? And I don't think in the 40s they were doing jasper work that fine. I mean, on chairs.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
On chairs. I know they were doing it, but really nice.
The second group of items that I'm bringing today is a Sheraton period style dining table. Mm-hmm. It's 96 inches long, 48 inches wide, and it's about 29.5 inches high. We feel it's probably somewhere toward the early 1800s. Right. And the style of Sheraton was in the late 1700s, early 1800s. Right. And what's nice about this table is it can be changed into various configurations, including just two demi-lune tables by themselves, with or without leaves, and it can be a whole dining table, or you could have two demi-lune tables together for a 48-inch diameter table.
That's really.
They're nice, straight, reeded legs.
They're nice, straight, reeded legs, right?
Which is period typical.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's in mahogany.
Yep. They have nice feet also. There's nice typical New York feet.
Yes.
Below the reeding, right? These kind of balloon feet.
And what's nice about the juncture here is that the leaf sits on the pins rather than going into the pins, which is unusual.
Yes, and I've never seen that. But it fits nicely.
Perfect fit. So the other thing is you could butt the two pieces of the demi-lune together, with or without the leaves, and that could serve as a smaller dining table. Okay. For 5 people.
That's true.
And we could do that very simply.
Okay.
All we have to do is separate them a little.
Right.
Swing the legs in.
Okay.
In the front and the back.
Yep. Let's do that.
And then we can butt them together.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll wheel out of there. Just like in presto.
And you now have a 48-inch dining table.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You just put a, you could
put a little piece of wood here if you wanted.
Very nice.
Or you could take the leaves off And they would butt right next to each other.
But this is nice as a 4-person table.
Yeah.
And let me try sitting at it, because the nice thing about this table, I think, is one of the nice things is that you can fit your legs underneath.
Yes.
And comfortably sit at it.
Yeah.
You have a lot of tables.
They have a board that stops your legs from going underneath.
I don't know what they did. I don't know how they ate comfortably in the 19th century.
Well, what I used to do is I used to do a little divot in the boards on the harvest tables.
Okay.
And then people could sit under them.
A divot? What's that?
Oh, a cut. I just cut the sideboard.
Okay.
And then you can get your legs under those long farm tables.
You cut it with a saw?
Yeah.
Was it a period piece? Like an antique?
Yeah.
I won't tell anybody. No, listen. Listen. I think it's a wonderful table, and it's versatile. You can also put these against the wall, right?
As a demi-lune, yeah.
As a demi-lune, and then like this. Look at that. Then you have a pair of hall tables. Match pair. I think they're wonderful, and in the New York style, federal taste, fabulous. Beautiful, beautiful wood. This veneered mahogany on the skirt. I really love the mahogany, and that's typical of the very best New York cabinet makers. And when I think somebody might have changed around, we were talking about this earlier, right? It's your idea. The top a bit, but I believe that the base in these legs are period New York 1810, Duncan Fife type.
Okay.
But the tops from somewhere else. But from the price that you had on them, I heard the price is like, how much did you say? Like,
yes.
Really, that's
very reasonable. That's our purpose in life, is to buy reasonably and sell reasonably, and so our inventory is very fluid.
I'll bet it is.
Doesn't collect dust.
That's very nice. Thank you so much.
The third group of things that I brought today was from a cartoonist, illustrator, political satirist by the name of Alois Dergeau.
Okay.
He lived from 1888 to 1964.
Right.
And in Europe he had a shop for 20 years. And in the United States, New York, he had a shop as well. He was a member of the International Press Corps.
Okay. And
he was a member of the League of Nations.
So he had a shop doing what?
Illustrating his works
as an illustrator,
and selling them as books.
Did he work for publishers as well? Because he looks like he did great characters.
He did Churchill and FDR and Oppenheimer, who was the father of the atom bomb.
This is Churchill, right?
Yeah. And these were all sketches that he made in my home when I was under 12 years old.
In your home?
And he was a friend of my dad. He was originally from Hungary. And he was, he did those ad lib.
This is,
could be Oppenheimer.
The man who abdicated being king? Windsor, the Duke of Windsor.
The Duke of Windsor, that's possible.
I'm thinking it is. I think it is. They had a sale of his effects at Sotheby's.
Some of these are signed and dated, some are not. But they were all typically in the 40s, 50s.
He did me. Look, got the nose right there. Look at that. But this is, I can't believe that he was in your home. I mean, so you've inherited these from...
Yes. It's a family heirloom.
The man who designed the atomic bomb, and he put a little atomic sign there. And look at how he looked. Let's see, Pearl Harbor was just 8 years before this was done, 1950, right?
And I would say these are charcoal and crayon.
But they were done in your home. That's
he
so
did that
cool.
on a sketch pad, and this is a gift,
to your dad.
Yeah.
And you inherited them. I think it's a great little group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then there's some others with animals and things like that.
But this is such a nice group, and thanks.
Okay, the last group of things that I brought today are from England. They're Dutson pottery.
Mm-hmm.
Dutson was originally founded by Richard Dutson in 1800.
It's a very nice lineup. It really is. Really
and what's nice is they're utilitarian. You can use them actually for tea or sugar and creamers and pitchers.
Right.
so forth.
Water pitcher. Well, thanks. Thanks very much. Very
And
cool.
again, they're relief molded pottery, which was invented by Wedgwood back in the late 1700s.
Right. I like the nymphs hand in hand, the maenads, I think they call them, if they had Bacchus as their leader, and these classical, the putti everywhere, right?
Yeah.
putti. So very lovely pieces.
And what's interesting about this teapot is you'll see that the handle is here and the spout normally is there, but here it's on the side. So it's an unusual form.
I don't know why they don't do more of those. It works.
Yeah.
You know, it feels natural. It really does. Thanks.
Thank you for being with me today and looking at my wares. And you can see these on the virtual antique show for Rhinebeck.